In this video, we're going to take a look at how to create a server for use in the Planning Analytics workspace. To create an actual server, which is actually going to give us what here is called one of these databases. But the actual server or database itself is actually just a configuration file. And the easiest way to do it is simply to copy one that already exists. So in our samples, you'll notice that we have a lot of servers, or again, they're called databases here, but here you see them. There's their name, 24-hour retail, etc. But we want to create, like I said, a new one, brand new one, to show how we build all the components. And so we're going to borrow this one. We're going to borrow the configuration file and just open it or edit it would be a good way of doing it. And there it is. And the things that are important is where it says to point the data files and log files. That's going to be very important. And we can see here that the database directory equals data files, logging directory equals log files. Those are great. This is going to be another thing we're going to need to do. We're going to need to create these little directories for our server, which we will call go cost. And we'll also add a something else, and we'll add another statement to enable 100 logins. But here we go. I'm going to take this file, this configuration file, and say file save as, and I'm going to go back here and create a new directory or folder called go cost, into which I'm going to add this directory. And don't forget, we're going to have to create the those two directories also. But at this point, what we're going to do is add at the bottom the command maximum login attempts equals 100. By the way, I'm sort of writing things down, typing things with a little bit of case, but everything in here is not case sensitive. Now I made a copy of this, however, here's where I want to call this go cost, which is what I said that the name of my server is going to be. And so the server is going to be done, but we still need, like I said, we still need the directories, one for database directory and logging directory. So I'll say file, save, this should work, and say OK. And go back here now to my go cost and double check, make sure that everything's right. Oh, I almost forgot something. So there it is, go cost. And I'm going to have to do the directories. There's my maximum logins. I almost forgot that I need to change this 45545. Now I'm hoping there isn't another server with that port number, but what has to be unique is going to be the actual name of the server and the port number. Those have to be unique. And so I'll say, and actually the HTTP port should also be unique, and so I'll say 6. Just 501.06. So I'm pretty sure that that won't be used. You never know. And save. Our next step is to create the two directories that we need. One called data files. And again, it's not case sensitive, but I like using somewhat proper case. And log files. So just like we thought we saw in the actual configuration file. All right, so this should be ready to go. It's ready to register. I'm going to go to my directory and open up Cognos configuration, and it takes a minute or two to bring it up. All right, there it is. And I see all the other servers, but now I want to register the Go cost. And if everything is good, if I don't have any duplicates, it should be a fairly straightforward process. Just say new at the TM1 server's new resource, TM1 server instance, and I said we would call this one Go cost. And here I can actually browse to that folder, and that's what this will do. This, I can actually validate if the folder exists. So I'm going to my samples, TM1, and the Go, there it is. If I right click this and say test, again, it's going to test to make sure the folder exists, and it should validate that it's okay. But then I can do a save, and it should be ready to go. All right, it created the server, and so now I can save this and get ready to close it. Oops, actually I forgot to make it start, but it should ask me that it should see that it hasn't been started. It will eventually, well, that's if I log out, it'll ask me to actually start any servers when I try and close this window. So if I say now file, exit, and it says Go cost is not running. Do I want to start it before I exit? And of course I'll say yes, I'm highly anticipating it will run. Now if it's working, I should be able to double check by actually going to the services, and I should see here a Go cost. There it is, and it's running. So it looks like we're good to go. And if I refresh this, these servers, there it is. Now I didn't give it any security yet, so it's going to ask me for, of course, the username and password, which is going to be different than the global login, because the global login does have a password, but the servers that don't have any passwords, of course, they just keep the password blank. And here it is, and you can see that we have no applications, we have no cubes, we have no dimensions, and we'll use this server to start building. See you in the next video.